There was nowhere where I would be like, yeah, these are my people, except for when I got around like intelligent black people who just have common sense, like yourselves. It's like, oh, these are my people. You get it. But generally, some things about black culture never made sense to me. I was like, why would we keep eating food that's killing us and then complaining about dying when we're actually the ones stabbing ourselves in the face, right? Like you stab yourself in the face and you say, oh my God, racism did it. No, racism didn't do it because you were holding the knife. Did you know that? Right? No, like Tupac. Remember Tupac said, "It's my own kind doing all the killing here," right? like I was, so to me, I think that really being really careful about what groups you connect yourself to goes a long way, and having the courage to say, I know everybody else wants to give their money to Mr. Madoff, but I don't think that that's a good idea, or I don't really need you to be my friend so much that I'm willing to risk all of my financial security in order to do that. The people who said that, and there were people who said that, there were people who said, this is nonsense. There were people, in fact, there was one guy who figured it out. He said, oh, he called Bernie Madoff up and he said, look, I know what you're doing. You're running a scam, bro. You're running a Ponzi scheme. And the fact is that the guy knew Ponzi schemes well enough to the point where he said, look, I know everybody isn't going to lose money here. Only the suckers are going to lose money. The insiders are going to make money. The people that take their money out first are going to make money. So I need to make sure I'm an insider. So I won't tell anybody what you're doing as long as you hook me up. And you know what happened? Madoff hooked him up. Madoff was like, okay, you got me. There you go. And so he was able to make money. See, the thing about a Ponzi scheme is everyone thinks Ponzi schemes hurt everybody. No, they don't. They hurt people that come in last. They hurt people that are following the crowd. But people that are financially intelligent are able to actually do well in almost any scenario because they have awareness, they have financial consciousness. They're like, wait, I see what's going on here. Those people are going to win. Those people are going to get screwed. I'm not going to go stand in the group of people getting screwed. I'm not trying to be in the sucker crowd. So, to some extent, and I've heard people say this, I've heard people say capitalism is just a big Ponzi scheme. And I've been like, yeah, it kind of is. It is in a way. Maybe not technically a Ponzi scheme, but kind of like it, right? Like musical chairs or something like horse and jockey. I always say it's a horse and jockey system. The horses do all the work, the jockeys get all the credit, right? So the question then becomes like, well, okay, unless you have the power to change the system, which none of us do. I know I don't. The question then becomes, well, what are you going to be? You going to be a jockey or you going to be a horse? I mean, what are you going to be? You got to pick one. I mean, you have to choose. You could just say, I'm not in it at all. I don't know how to do that exactly, but I want you to be safe, right? And so that's why I say, yeah, own stock, own real estate, start businesses. That's where the money is. Avoid, renting your life from other people. Avoid working for other people forever. Avoid going deep in debt, like student loans and all that stuff. That's where they get you. And avoid excessive consumerism. If you avoid those things and keep them in moderation, then chances are the good will outweigh the bad, and you're going to win in this economy.